Imagine this. It is a Tuesday morning in January. You wake up. The house is cold. You step out of your warm bed, and your feet hit the freezing floor. You shiver, a natural reaction, right? You walk to the bathroom. You feel a little stiff, a little slow. Your vision is a bit blurry, but you rub your eyes and blame it on the dry winter air. You feel a tingling in your fingers, but you assume it's just the cold. You put on your coat, grab a shovel to clear the driveway, or maybe you just rush out to the car to get to work. You feel fine, you feel normal. But inside your body, a catastrophic chain reaction has already started. Your blood vessels have clamped shut like a vice. Your blood has thickened into a substance more like syrup than water. And your blood pressure, which was perfect yesterday, has just spiked to dangerous levels without you feeling a thing. We are taught to fear the flu in winter. We are taught to fear pneumonia. But the statistics tell a different, darker story. Winter is the season of the stroke. Studies show that for every 5-degree drop in temperature, the risk of a stroke goes up significantly. January and February are the deadliest months for cardiovascular events. And the terrifying part: the symptoms of a winter stroke look exactly like the symptoms of just being cold. Numbness, stiffness, slurred speech from shivering. We ignore them. We say, "I'll warm up in a minute." And that delay is the difference between life and death. This is the story of the winter stroke phenomenon. It is not about luck, it is about physics. We are going to look at vasoconstriction, the morning surge, and the fibrinogen effect. We are going to explain why shoveling snow is called the widow maker by cardiologists. And we are going to give you the 7-step protocol to keep your blood flowing freely, even when the world freezes over. If you want to survive the winter not just with your health but with your life, please hit that subscribe button right now. You need to hear this because the cold doesn't just bite your skin, it squeezes your heart. To understand why winter kills, you have to think of your body like a house. What happens to the pipes in your house when it freezes? They contract, the metal shrinks, the water inside freezes and expands, the pressure builds, and sometimes the pipe bursts. Your body is a system of pipes. When cold air hits your skin, specifically your face and neck, your nervous system panics. It thinks we are losing heat, protect the core. It triggers a process called vasoconstriction. The tiny muscles around your blood vessels clamp down. They narrow the arteries in your arms and legs to force the blood into your chest to keep your heart and lungs warm. This is a survival mechanism. But there is a cost. Imagine squeezing a garden hose while the tap is still running full blast. What happens to the pressure? It skyrockets. In winter, your blood pressure is naturally higher than in summer. If you already have high blood pressure, hypertension, this winter spike pushes you into the danger zone. And here is the kicker: you cannot feel high blood pressure. You walk out the door, the cold air hits you, your pressure spikes to 180/110, and you just think, "BRRR, it's chilly." Meanwhile, the delicate vessels in your brain are being hammered by this pressure wave. But it's not just the pipes that get smaller, the fluid gets thicker. This is the viscosity problem. In cold weather, two things happen to your blood chemistry. 1. Fibrinogen levels rise. Fibrinogen is a protein that helps blood clot. In winter, your body produces more of it, possibly to fight off seasonal infections. More clotting protein means stickier blood. 2. Cold diuresis. Have you noticed you have to pee more when you're cold? This is called cold-induced diuresis. When your blood vessels constrict, blood pressure rises. Your kidneys sense this pressure and try to lower it by dumping water. You pee out fluid, but you aren't drinking water because you aren't sweating and you don't feel thirsty in winter. So you become dehydrated. Less water in the blood plus more clotting protein equals thick blood. Your heart has to pump sludge through a narrowed straw. This creates turbulence. Turbulence creates clots. Clots cause strokes. There is a specific time of day when this risk is highest. Doctors call it the morning surge. Your internal clock, circadian rhythm, naturally raises your blood pressure right before you wake up to get you ready for the day. Cortisol spikes, adrenaline spikes. In the summer, this is fine. But in the winter, you combine this natural internal spike with the external shock of a cold house or a cold commute. You wake up warm under the covers. You step onto a cold floor. Bam, vasoconstriction. You go outside to scrape ice off the windshield. Bam, physical exertion. The hours between 6:00 a.m. and noon are the peak times for winter strokes. If you are going to exercise, or shovel snow, or run stressful errands, doing it right after you wake up on a freezing morning is the worst possible timing. We have to talk about the specific activity that fills ERs every January. Shoveling snow. It looks innocent, it's a chore. But cardiologists call it the perfect storm. Why? 1. The cold air. You are breathing in freezing air. This reflexively constricts the coronary arteries, the ones feeding your heart. 2. The isometric stress. Shoveling heavy snow isn't like jogging. It's like weightlifting. You lift, you strain, and you hold your breath, Valsalva maneuver. This causes massive spikes in blood pressure. 3. The leg work. You are standing still or moving slowly, so the blood pools in your legs while your heart is screaming for oxygen. 4. The morning. You usually do it first thing in the morning during the morning surge. Men over 50 who go out to shovel snow without warming up are playing Russian roulette with their cardiovascular system. If you feel breathless, if you feel a tightness in your chest, or if you feel suddenly dizzy while shoveling, drop the shovel. Do not finish the driveway. The driveway can wait. Your brain cannot. Most people think a stroke is sudden. You collapse, game over. But often there is a warning. It is called a transient ischemic attack, TIA, or a mini-stroke. A clot briefly blocks a vessel, then dissolves. The symptoms last maybe 5 minutes. Your hand goes numb. Your speech gets a little slurry. You feel dizzy. One eye goes blurry. In the summer, you might rush to the hospital. But in the winter, you think, my hand is numb because I forgot my gloves. You think, my speech is slurred because my jaw is frozen. You think, I'm dizzy because I have the flu. You rationalize it, you ignore it. And then 48 hours later, the big one hits. The rule: if the numbness is only on one side of your body, it is not the weather. Cold makes both hands numb. A stroke makes one hand numb. If you smile and only half your face moves, it is not the cold. It is a stroke. Winter is also the season of comfort food. We eat more salt, preservatives, canned soups, holiday hams. Salt retains water. Water raises blood pressure. We drink more alcohol, holiday parties. Alcohol can trigger atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat, specifically known as holiday heart syndrome. Atrial fibrillation causes blood to pool in the heart, form a clot, and travel to the brain. So you have thickened blood, narrowed vessels, high salt intake, and an irregular heartbeat. It is a recipe for disaster. So how do we stop this? You don't have to move to Florida. You just have to be smarter than the weather. Here is the winter stroke prevention protocol. Step 1. The hydration hack. You must drink water in winter, even if you aren't thirsty. Your body loses a huge amount of water just by breathing in dry winter air, that steam you see when you exhale. That's your hydration leaving your body. Drink a glass of warm water before you even get out of bed. Keep your urine pale yellow. If it's dark, your blood is thick. Step 2. The slow transition. Do not bolt out of bed into the cold. Give your body time to adjust. Put on a robe, slippers. If you are going outside, do not walk out the door and immediately start running or shoveling. Spend 5 minutes warming up inside. Stretch. Get the blood flowing before the cold air hits the pipes. Step 3. The scarf defense. When you go out, cover your mouth and nose with a scarf. Why? Because breathing in freezing cold air triggers the constriction reflex in the heart. The scarf creates a pocket of warm, humid air. It tricks your body into thinking it's warmer than it is. It stops the shock to your arteries. Step 4. The vitamin D shield. We get less sun in winter. Vitamin D levels crash. Vitamin D is crucial for arterial health. Low vitamin D is linked to high blood pressure and stroke. Supplement with vitamin D3 with K2 during the winter months. Think of it as solar power in a pill. Step 5. The peak time rule. If you have high blood pressure, be extremely careful between 6:00 a.m. and 10:00 a.m. Take your blood pressure medication at night. Ask your doctor about this. Chronotherapy. So it is most active in the morning when the surge happens. Do not shovel snow in the morning. Wait until the afternoon when your body is warmer and your hormones have settled. Step 6. Know the FASD signs winter edition. We all know fast. Face drooping. Arm weakness. Speech difficulty. Time to call 911. But add this filter, asymmetry. If the symptom is happening on both sides, both hands cold, shivering all over, it's likely the weather. If it is happening on one side, it is a medical emergency. Do not wait to warm up. Call 911 immediately. Winter is beautiful. The snow, the holidays, the cozy nights. But biologically, it is a stress test. Your body is working overtime just to keep you warm. Don't add to the load by ignoring the signals. That stiffness in your neck, that dizziness when you stand up, that headache that won't go away. They might be the cold, but they might be your body warning you that the pressure is too high. Don't be the person who says, "I'm fine, just a bit chilly." Be the person who checks their blood pressure. Be the person who drinks water when it's snowing. Be the person who survives the season to see the spring. I want you to do one thing today. Go check your blood pressure. Most pharmacies have a machine, or buy a cuff for your home. Know your numbers. If you are sitting at 150/90 in your warm living room, imagine what happens when you step outside into 20-degree weather. Let me know in the comments. Do you notice your joints or head hurting more in the winter? That's the pressure. Let's talk about it. If this video helped you understand the hidden dangers of the cold, please hit that like button. It helps us save lives. And subscribe for more deep dives into the science of survival. Stay warm, stay hydrated, and keep your blood flowing.